oils look like. There's a reason why we stand with confidence and say, in spite of what people are saying, we know that our oils are different. In spite of what people are suggesting, we know that our oils are pure. We know that our oils have potency. And from that, we will never deviate. And we are forced into, we have to know what our competition is doing. So our marketplace is becoming crowded. You know that, and so do I. Every day there's new oils that pop onto the scene, so I couldn't help it. I worked with Dr. Beaumont, who is one of our analytical scientists, and we have 2 different labs. We really have 3 labs at doTERRA. 2 that we talk about and 1 that we don't ever talk about. That's where all the mad science occurs. That's where all the fun projects happen. But in the other 2 labs that we have, one is a microbiology lab, and this is where we do a lot of testing for the oils in a microbiology sense. So we do total plate counts, and we do other things that is more of a regulatory environment. In our other lab, which is an analytical environment, this is where we have duplication of testing. Now, all of those tests that I've shown to you, that's not all done by us exclusively. We work with other parties. We work with third-party testers that we then are able to do secondary validation checks on. And we have a whole lab that's set up for that. Dr. Beaumont is the person who runs that lab environment for us, and I'm privileged to be able to work with him. I like going over there. He was teasing me the other day, and he says, you know, all my staff is afraid. And I said, why? He goes, because I told him you just come in all the time. I'm like, I do. I come in, I put on a lab coat, I walk around, I act like I know what I'm doing. I have found the secret. If you come in with a pile of papers and you do a lot of nodding as you walk through and look at a few machines, they really think you're on top of things. And then I just get to kind of walk out. It's a fun place to be because, as Nicole Stevens suggested, we're all kind of a big nerdy group. So in our nerdiness, we thought it would be fun to show you 3 different ways that, I don't know any other way to say it, our competitors have duped people about their essential oils. And it helps you understand why the sophistication of testing must advance. So the first one is a test that what we're going to refer to as spiking essential oils. So the oils, the chemistry that you see here, highlighted here in red, these are oils that are supposed to be in context within this essential oil, which happens to be peppermint. On the far left-hand side at the top, these are what we're calling the added compounds. Those are the ones that you see in red. Now remember last year, we introduced to you a new form of testing that was exclusive to doTERRA. It's called arc plotting. Do you remember that? Do you remember those? This is where we have an opportunity to look at biochemical pairs. In other words, things don't exist by themselves in chemistry. So in this case, if I have D-limonene, D-limonene has a biochemical pair that also should be present and in the right ratio within the essential oil. So when you look at this oil on a GC, it actually looks not too bad, but when you start to drill down on it a little bit, and when you use sophistication, which we actually didn't need to see this because it was that obvious, when you see that level of change, you know that it has been spiked, because I can't have D-limonene increase without its biochemical pair increasing at the right ratio. And so we have ratios that no longer exist. That's the value of the sophistication that we have.